Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm checking out the Gteng T905F. It's got a catchy name, right? Now I hope that you can hear me okay because it's a horrendously windy day today here, but I'm going to try and fly this thing anyways. So this is a 5.8 gigahertz FPV quadcopter. It's a toy grade quadcopter, but it has quite a nice transmitter and features, so let's take a look at them. So it has got a 720p camera at the front. The field of view looks quite narrow, so I'll have to check that out. And you can actually move the position of the camera, which I'm pleased to see because a lot of these quadcopters lately have had the camera point straight to the ground, and this one you can have facing forward, so I quite like that. Quite a nice looking quadcopter, this one, and of course it's using geared brushed motors. So if we flip it underneath, you are given these landing legs here which you have to screw in. You're given a screwdriver in the kit. You're also given some prop protectors as well, but I have not installed them. Underneath here we can put in a micro SD card. Now my package did not come with a micro SD card, but it did come with an SD card reader, so I'm not sure if they just forgot to include that there, but it does record in 720p as well as transmitting the FPV feed. Now underneath here we have got the battery, and the battery is really interesting. Let me show you, because it is a 2-cell battery and it's using this really odd connector. It's like a micro lossy connector, but it's got 4 pins instead of 2, so I guess that's for the 2-cell battery. Now it says here that it is a 350 milliamp 2-cell battery, and I'm not so sure about that. It looks a little bit big to be just 350 milliamps, but this battery slots in here and then the lid shuts. It looks like it could take a much bigger battery than this. So that slides back. There's no screw in the bottom plate, which I'm pleased about. However, looks like it does take one. So yeah, quite a nice looking quadcopter. Look at the wind blowing everything about. You're given spare propellers and you're given a charger for that weird battery connector. So I guess it kind of is proprietary, because I usually expect a micro lossy connector to charge with my hobby grade charger, so you are going to have to charge this with the provided charger that it comes with, but that is fine, I guess. So that is the quadcopter, and then let me just put that down there because this is a transmitter, and for a toy grade quadcopter it's a really nice transmitter. And look at this, it's got a built-in monitor, and look how thin that monitor is. And one thing that I really like about this transmitter, we lift this up and check this out. We have got another LiPo battery. I am such a big fan of this. No need to stick any AA or AAA batteries in there. You're given another charger for this battery here. Now it is a small battery, however. If we just look on here, now it says that this one's 450 milliamps, and this one looks smaller than the 350 milliamp battery that you get in the quadcopter. So I think those sizes are perhaps a bit incorrect there. Now you can see spring-loaded sticks. That means that this quadcopter has got altitude hold, which is really cool. We've got some nice buttons on here. So the monitor does power off this LiPo battery as well as the transmitter. This turns on the power to the monitor, so if you don't want to waste the battery in the back here, you can just turn the transmitter on and fly it around without FPV. Then we can do our video recording there, take a picture there, and change the brightness and contrast on here as well. So we've got some functions on these buttons here. So this one here is your 360-degree flip, and this one over here is different rates, so I'll have to check that out. You can also turn this transmitter into a mode 1 transmitter, which I'm pleased about. So we've got this trim here. Unfortunately, you have to do it every time you turn on the transmitter. You press this down here and then turn it on and then lift the throttle up and down, and then it becomes a mode 1 transmitter. Now we do have some buttons on the back here as well. This is for like a 1-key takeoff, 1-key land, and then here we've got 1-key return and headless mode, so don't use those 2 buttons basically. I don't like those functions at all. Let's get the quadcopter turned on and let's see what that screen is like. So recently it's been the case that you turn the quadcopter on first, so the quadcopter does have a switch so you can leave the battery plugged in. So I'm turning the quadcopter on, and then of course I need to press the down button here to get into mode 1, and then lift the throttle up and down, and then I'm going to power on that monitor, and let's see if we can turn the brightness up. So you can only control the brightness, not the contrast. So the picture looks pretty good. So you can calibrate the accelerometer while it's on a flat surface, however it's not at the moment, and the way that you do that is you move both of the sticks to the bottom left, but of course I'm not on a level surface, so I'm not going to do that. It doesn't look like it's actually bound. I'm getting a flashing light here, so perhaps you do have to turn the transmitter on first, but to arm I believe it's both out to the side. So let's see if it arms. Oh, it does arm and disarms that way too, and you can also arm and disarm using that too. Let's get the video recording. Oh, the screen, oh, I pressed the power button there, what an idiot. Video recording is this one here, and we have the battery monitor of the transmitter there, which is quite nice, so you know when to land. I guess not the telemetry from the quadcopter, but I imagine that battery is not going to last long in this transmitter, so it's good that we've got a monitor there. It's also got a timer on here on how long you have been recording for, and if you stop the recording it says how much time you've got left on the SD card. So 3 hours. I have put a 32GB SD card in there. So let's get it recording, and let's also try that one key to take off thing. Now I'm probably going to need the higher rates actually, so I'm going to go into there. Oh, I touched the button on the back there. Let's try that again. Ah, so it seems like the flip function has reversed, has it? Maybe the flip function has reversed when you switch over to the other mode, so maybe that is your rate button. Yeah, so when you flip modes, also the modes on the transmitter switch over. That's quite confusing. So I'm in the higher rate there. Let's go for a takeoff. So that button on there, now it might be the case that you need to arm it first, so I'm going to just press the button. Nothing's happening, so I don't really see the point of that. If you need to arm it first and then press the button, just take off normally. I'm getting a little bit of breakup here on the FPV signal, and of course we don't have any antennas on this, so I'm not expecting crazy range out of it, but let's give it a try. So let's arm it and then take off. So let's see how the altitude hold works. Wow, that picture looks really nice, you know. And the controls seem really smooth. I wonder if it's a little bit windy today, but I wonder if I'm going to be able to sort of fly this using the trims to get some nice video. You can see how windy it is. It's been pushed back there. But that altitude hold's working well, really well, and it's flying super smooth. For a crazy windy day, we might actually get some decent video out of this. We'll have to see. Yeah, altitude hold working nicely. Picture's not bad, but it's drifting quite a lot. That is just the wind. Let's try a flip. Maybe I have to hold down the button. Oh, it's getting away from me there. What's happened there? Where's it going? I think it's too windy for it. Come back, please. Oh, that's why. I went into the lower rates, I think. There we go. Oh, no, it's just too windy for it. Come back, please. That is full forward. And it's not coming back. To be fair to this, it is insanely windy. And I accidentally pressed the wrong rate. Come back, please. So, not really meant for flying in gale force winds, this, surprisingly. But I did put it in that low rate. I really hope you can hear me. Oh, we've got a flashing light underneath to show that it's recording, which is quite nice. So flip function is going to be on the other side, and that's a mistake that I made. But it's probably a bit too windy for that even. Look at that. That was full forward then, and it was still going backwards. We must have, what, 15, 20 mile an hour winds today though? Look at that. I apologize, Gteng. Okay, let's get a little bit forward to try one of those flip functions. So press down on the other one. There we go. Just look how the wind is pushing it back. Let's see if we have any delay on that FPV feed. Doesn't look like it at all. They're getting really good at this now. Usually you would have not a delay but a frame rate drop. You know what? The field of view is pretty cool as well on this. I can't really show you because I'm having to point it to the ground all the time because of the crazy wind. But let's take it away from us a little bit if I dare into wind. And I'm not sure if I dare do some FPV. It needs to be much calmer. So that's out of fair way now, and there we go, the video's just starting to break up there. So yeah, the video is definitely breaking up, but I just wanted to show you the field of view. So if we just sort of let go of the sticks, the video is so smooth when it's flying forward. That is really impressive. Oh, looks like the wind calmed down for a brief second. Yeah, it needs to be for flying in calm weather this, but I love when you let go of the stick. The video seems so smooth, it almost looks stabilized. And the wind just ruins the day. The wind is gusting today, so it is changeable. Well, that was quite scary. What actually happened was I went to do a flip, and because the modes are switched, I actually put it into low rates, which was not a good idea in this weather. And we have got some flashing lights at the back as well, so I wonder if that's like LVC kicking in. It's not the biggest of batteries, this. Oh, it's landing itself, look at that. So let's stop the recording. So it doesn't look like the recording file split, and the flight time wasn't great with it. However, it is a fairly small battery and it's crazy windy here today, so I have to allow it for that. Yeah, not the best conditions to test this out, and it wouldn't fly in the low rate. You saw that it got away from me there, but as soon as I put it in the high rate, it sort of came back a little bit. Also, that little section over there, you get a huge draft of wind from the field, and it just could not get back from that. But yeah, there you go, that is my review of the Gteng T905F. I think it's a really good quadcopter actually. It's a really nice package, but don't fly it in crazy winds like this, otherwise you may lose it. So I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.